Stress is good. Yeah, I know that sounds crazy to say. I mean, could you imagine you and your friend are together and he's just ranting about how stressful his life is, and then you tell him in response, good. I get it. Look, man, I'm 17. I'm not really experienced when it comes to stress, nor is any other teenager that claims they are stressed or depressed in this generation because of school. But if you ask to look at their screen time, you'll get the number of times Nick Cannon had a kid. Like, I know you are living under your parents. You can't really complain about nothing if you're in a healthy family, or you don't really have bills to worry about. I get it. There's quite literally not a single thing to worry about unless it comes to school. Identifying yourself, or maybe even relationships too, though I can't really speak on that. But these things I see as minor problems. Many people stress over these things. There's a lot of things to tackle in your life right now, and there is something that you have to worry about, which is either big or small. And me, for example, is just hoping that this YouTube thing can work out. And yes, I may find myself stressing over it sometimes, but that's kind of the art of it if you think about it. It's something that I'm so passionate about, for that I'm gonna give whatever it takes. Whenever you stress over something, don't go looking for a person to rant to or a place where you can feel comfortable and safe. Instead, tackle it. Strategy takes time, so find a method to tackle your problems passively. A lot of people will become overwhelmed with their stress, and they just kind of wait with it. They kind of wait for the right moment. They leave it alone. They don't realize that almost all the stress relies on them. It's up to them whether they have to fix it or not. Now, once again, I'm gonna tie back to the ignorance of me being 17 and not paying any bills, just in a financial standpoint. And it may be crazy for me to have the audacity to say this, but if you are grown and stress over the fact that you have to struggle to pay bills or anything that requires money, why don't you just fix it? Why don't you just tackle it? I mean, it's obvious the 9 to 5 you're doing isn't paying you enough, so why do you stay with it? Now, obviously, it isn't easy, as I've grown up around family that isn't the richest and have had their ups and downs. But if you stress over it and hate the stress that comes with it, why don't you want to fix it? Why do you let it keep happening? What makes you different from the millionaires that came from nothing? What makes you different from the foreigners that came to America with $0 in the bank, but somehow are like owning and running 20 of the gas stations in your city? Nah, but for real though, immigrants are running this stuff like an empire. But seriously though, why do you continue to accept and tolerate this kind of stress? Patience. You don't have it, and you need patience. Trust me, you should have patience. It kind of ties into the main idea that stress is good. It's going to teach you patience and the concept of requiring yourself to take over things. Turn stress into ambition. Kind of like how I mentioned in my last video, if you don't have like a big goal you're chasing in your life or looking forward to, your life is gonna kind of suck, I'm not gonna lie. Just like in the movie The Pursuit of Happiness, we can see Chris Gardner, played by Will Smith, a man that's stressed out, has a kid, has a wife, but he can't seem to find a way to pay the bills. He can't pay for his family, and he's just truly stressed and struggling. Even his own wife leaves him. But all this stress and struggle turned out to be the best thing to happen to him. He turned all this stress to a goal that he had to fix. With his son counting on him, he knew he had to make a change. He turned all this stress into ambition with a bonding of patience. Sacrifice after sacrifice, but it was all worth it in the end. But anyways, tying back to what I said not too long ago, do you want to live to go to work back and forth and just accept it until you die and just accept the passive money that comes with it, even if it's doing you good? Aren't you tired of it? And remember, big goals don't always have to tie with money. It could be a physical change, which is a major change in your life. Take the stress you have and treat it as hardship that can be taken care of. Think of yourself as a superhero that really doesn't have to save the city. He's not obligated to, but he drives and pushes himself to do it. You may not know it, but the person inside of you and the person in the future is counting on you right now. You have to be willing to understand why you stress and how you can beat it. It's not going to be overnight, but that's why I said in the beginning, you're going to have to trust and patience. When I'm relaxed on days and don't have nothing to worry about, I kind of start to miss the stress. Well, because for one, it had me working, it had me pushing. It's going to keep you in work and in pressure. That's why I see working under pressure probably the most successful way to success. When all you have is work to take care of, you're gonna come at these tasks with aggression. I had a job not too long ago and I didn't realize how good it was for me, even though I didn't really want to work there no more. And when I quit, it hit me. It wasn't really my choice. I mean, I didn't have no decision to make. I mean, guys, I'm 17. I'm still living with my parents. I didn't make the choice, personal reasons, but it hit me that when I was working, I had more things to take care of that were leading me to a good future and to take care of my goals. And it was kind of in the sense of a domino effect. And I remember when I quit, I remember the first week I promised myself how good this was for me, because it would make me more consistent on YouTube and consistent with my goals to have more time. And it didn't even end up happening. I lost the sauce, man. I was slacking and probably even doing worse. You don't need too much free time, like I mentioned in my last video. You need no time. When I had to go to a job, and since I was working at the gym, I would directly work out after my shift, and I would come back home with the day almost over, and I wouldn't even want to do quick dopamine enjoyments. I would instead much rather edit and work on my YouTube. It was fun and I loved doing it. I was somehow addicted to the work and stress that was on top of my head with time management. You gotta be under pressure to get addicted to the achievements that will take time to result. Invest in yourself and imagine where you could be if you used your stress as a way to keep working, and remind yourself that Rome wasn't built in one day. No, but seriously, let it be a reminder to you that you have a purpose and you have a goal. You need to do it so you don't feel that way again. Like for me, I didn't like my job, but it was good because when I got back home, it would immediately have me edit in hopes of growing my YouTube in order to not have to work a job again. Even though I was only 17. In Jamal Williams terms,
Think of that record.
yeah man, think of it. That job or that thing you stress about, let it be your motivator, because a lot of you don't have that right now. Hopefully this video gave you a little push onto getting where you need to be and reminding you that you have a purpose, so go get it. Don't let the stress and worry leave it behind. And remember, God is your best friend in situations like these. And never lose patience. Rome wasn't built in one day.